Hi there guys, it's Alec here, and I want to show you guys how to make use of MyCustomers to really enable you and your team to load quotations much quicker. So I'm going to show you two methods here. Remember, MyCustomers is an app that integrates into any Pastel Partner, Pastel Xpress or Sage 50 database, and I'm going to show you the one method which is going to be an item by item process, and the next one is going to be a template method. Alright, so firstly I'm going to show you the actual product. Okay, so the product that we are going to quote on today, this is my fitness business, and this product is a whole series of items that basically make up this entire product. So firstly, I'm going to quickly take you through this. There is one of the products, which is a gray column. All right. Then there's a dip stand. That's item 2. Then there's item 3, which are 2 of these crunch bars over here. Then there's an item 4, a plus bar, and then there is a stop it bracket, item 5, and item 6 is then this accessory holder. Then there's a skipping rope, item 7, one red band, one black band. It's 2 different bands. Okay, and then one last item, which is an aerobic mat. All right, so let's just count this quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 items that are going to make up this entire product. All right, so that's the purpose of MyCustomers. So let's quickly pop over to MyCustomers. So let's start this. Firstly, this sucks out and it shows you the data that's in the Pastel database here. So let's quickly see what what salesmen are loaded. I'm going to just select myself over there. Then what document type am I going to use? So I'm going to do a quotation now, but you can also do a sales order and invoice. All right, so I'm going to do a quotation. Then you can either select the customers that are already in your database, so you can either select it from here and search it, or you can actually go and select it from the slicer here at the bottom. So I'll just select this body 20 Silver Lakes over here. It goes and populates for me the actual code that's in my Pastel environment, BOD001. Now what I want to do is I can either type in, now this product's name is called a one column standard, so I can either write it down out in my reference, or there's actually some pre-populated slices and configurations here. So once I click that, it'll actually auto populate that field with that name that you see there, or that piece of text. Right, now next thing, I'm going to go over into the details environment. So this is the details in Pastel that you will ultimately go and capture each item. Your item slices you on the right, so I'm going to search first for let's go and search for column. So I can either search like this. Now I know column, there's one of my columns, and it actually brings through both the item number and the actual description. So there we go. It takes it and it brings it in. So once it's brought in, I basically have that item. Other way also to do it is actually, if you know the code, you can just go and type it in column 03, and that'll go and search the data, the master file item database, and also bring it through for you. Okay, so that's my first item. Second item we know was a dip stand, so let's go for dip stand. There we go. Third item was was 2 of those crunch bars. All right, so crunch bar. Okay, let's go for that one. And so you go through each of these items and you go in a plus bar. It's the new plus bar. Here we go. Sorry, it was, by the way, it was 2 crunch bars, and then we've got a stop it bracket, and we've got our, let's go for the next one, which was the accessory holder, right? And then we've got the other items, which is a resistance band. All right, it's that one over there. And then we've got another resistance band over here, which was the 22 millimeter. We've got a speed rope or skipping rope. Let's see what we got. Skip. There we go. Speed rope. And then the last one is a aerobic mat. All right. that one over there. So there we got our 11 items, and once that's done, you know, we can actually go and either issue the quote, or we can say there's some, sometimes we type in T's and C's, etc. here, so we type them in as remarks. That's what we call it in Pastel, at least. We can also pre-populate some of these things into these comments. For instance, these are some comments you can pre-populate, but I'll take you through it right now. All right, so once this is you know, processed, we can process it, and this creates two things for us. It creates a PDF file and it creates an importable CSV file, which can be imported into Pastel. But now let's speed this up a bit. Okay, so just by the way, as this process, just bear in mind we weren't ever now in Pastel. So this means that although it talks from Pastel and it gets its data from Pastel, I didn't need access to Pastel, which obviously enables your team to go and do nice quotes. You'll see the document comes out. This is the quotation. It's stamped with a unique number, and it's got all the information from that from your customer database, and it's also got the actual totals here. And this thing can obviously be sent to a customer immediately without even needing to go through Pastel. So you're enabling the team. Right, now let's go and speed this up slightly. All right, so now in the back end, in the preferences environment, you can go and load a template. So let's go to preferences. So here I've actually gone and loaded a template. So what I've done here is, instead of just loading the standard kind of like information, which is just the items, you'll see here are the 11 items that are already loaded here. I've actually gone and I've made it a little bit neater, and I've given it some kind of like subheadings, which obviously would also come through as remarks in Pastel. And I've even added some terms and conditions over here. Right, so now I can use this in this environment. So check this out. Over here is a template environment. So I can now go and search for this one column standard. Once I click that, now it lands all of those items immediately. Now what's cool about that, you have the benefit of immediately kind of like structuring the data into a neater set. So if you go and preview here, you'll actually see that it looks a lot neater, just because there's been some, you know, TLC made to this to this actual template. So now you can enable your sales team to have great and professional documents. This will be a draft that comes out now because I didn't process it, I'm just drafting it. But you'll see now here, this is a much more professional document that's structured into the columns and the modules and the storage modules, and there's other training accessories with some T's and C's over here. So you know, you've got this nice structured document that can come out with a click of a button. And the nice thing is, because you know your preferences environment is more isolated to your management environments and your champions MyBI environment, you can actually go and create the necessary templates that you want your salespeople to work with, and also enable them to do it quicker. So when they're on the road, they'll quickly you know, issue these quotations at a single click of a button. It'll be neat. It'll be professional. It'll actually look the same from one quote to the next. All right. So that's a you know, just a quick eye view as to how easily it is to actually use either items in the app in MyCustomers, or actually go and use templates, which can also really enhance the speed of capturing. Just by the way, we've actually got one of the items in here, which is a full 40-man gym environment, and once we click this button, you'll see it actually lands more than probably 100 lines of data over here, which is pre-populated and neat and immediately ready to go. So hopefully that helps you to understand how you can use MyCustomers in different ways for you to quote when you are using items. All right, thanks guys, have a great day. Cheers.